All right. So I want to say this right now. Jesus. I know this is a very tough subject. So I am going to try to handle this with care. I have a personal connection to what's going on in Gaza. I have friends on both sides. I have friends who support Israel, and I have friends who support the Palestinians. You know, I have friends who are from these areas. I have friends who are from these communities, friends who are, of these cultures. This issue is very personal to me, and it's painful and it's frustrating. This is why the center is important. Because when I talk to friends from both sides, I don't change my tone, but I do listen, and I do have access to multiple philosophies on how this situation is being handled, so on and so forth. All right. My initial statement is this. The situation in Gaza is devastating. Okay? It's just purely devastating. Innocent lives are being lost. It's confusing. It's sad. It's infuriating. Okay? Post 9/11, guys, Islamophobia is a real thing. It's a real thing. I just want you guys to think about how we treated the Muslim community in America ever since 9/11. And let's be fair. The terrorists that, flew those planes into the World Trade Center, the old World Trade Center, and into a part of the Pentagon, and another one out we believe was aimed for the White House. We don't know for sure, but it landed in Pennsylvania. Just because they claim to be Muslim does not make them true Muslims. And I say this in support of my Muslim friends. I have begun to meet so many people that have become near and dear to my heart. Some of them, we talk all the time. Some of them, I don't say much to them. I just watch their stories on Instagram or whatever the case is. But we've had our heated conversations, or I've heard their heated conversations, or I see their posts about it, and they're very hurt. And I want to say this very clear. On behalf of those friends, the terrorists that have taken action in the ways that they have, whether and caused terrorism around the world, they are not the same as every Muslim out there. The majority of the Muslims out there, they actually want peace. They have been unfairly stereotyped, guys. The Palestinian perspective, y'all, Israel has violated. They have violated, y'all. Israel has violated longstanding agreements and encroached into Gaza. The occupation and settlements are real, guys. There's a history of aggression from Israel, okay? That doesn't justify what Hamas did in October of 2023, but it does provide context when you keep pushing people and they push you back, or they come to, I hate to say this because I know this is kind of a touchy subject for Americans. Let's just be very clear. If your son or daughter keeps bullying the same kid, and then that kid shows up to the school one day with an AK-47 and starts shooting at everybody, we always want to kill the kid. Figuratively, not literally. We always want to kill the parents. We always want to talk mess about the parents. Oh, that parent was terrible because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Locked that stuff up, and what's wrong with the kid, and blah, blah. But they don't want to realize sometimes that those kids were bullied. And I'm not advocating for school shooters. I'm not advocating for those things. I'm just saying we have to have perspective. If you want to fix the problem, you have to first understand it. You want a solution, understand the problem. And the problem is that people are pushed to their limit, and then they do stuff that they normally wouldn't do. I repeat, the average Muslim does not believe in terrorism. The average Muslim is not a terrorist. They're actually very peaceful people, and I admire so much about them. Okay? They were provoked. Palestinians, okay? This is, to a degree, their perspective. All right? Let me say this, okay? Hamas is a terrorist organization that used the Palestinian people as shields. If If there's one thing I'm going to stand on, Hamas. Now, please don't kill me if I come into one of your areas. But I just feel that if you're going to fight, even if you're saying you're doing this for the oppressed Muslim people, at some point in time, you have to realize when you're setting them up to take the bullets for you. That is my problem with Hamas. You guys do everything, and you say it's in light of what's going on, the atrocities that are happening. The same way I would tell an American to protest is the same way I would tell somebody outside of America to protest. The people truly have the power. Yes, the governments have guns, they have bombs, they have weapons, they have all the access, they have money and everything. But the people have the power. And if it gets too bad, the people will take over. You see what's happening in Syria. You saw what happened in Iran. You saw what happened in Afghanistan. You saw what happened over in Bminor. So many different places where these people get fed up. And whether we agree with them or not, the people will always win if they band together. And that is why we need to stop dividing communities. We need to start empowering them. Okay. Israeli government actions, man, don't get me started. All right. They have bombed infrastructure, targeted hospitals, and caused mass civilian death. As a more powerful state, man, their disregard for innocent life, honestly, to me, is disproportionate. I just want to just say, like, you know, I just also want to put their perspective in plain view. Okay. Many Israelis feel under siege. All right. Hamas initiated the October attack. Some say Israel is just defending itself, and they should be able to defend themselves. You can't just shoot at me and kidnap my people, shoot bombs and missiles and everything, and think that we're just going to come and say, please give us our people back. If that happened to my family, I am coming. I don't care what the government got to say. I am crashing out. And Israel currently is crashing out. Maybe the best way to deal with that is to get rid of Hamas. I don't think the average Palestinian supported that attack. They inherited that attack. Okay. 39% of Israelis feel the military's response is appropriate. Okay. 34% wanted to go further. Okay. Just want you to understand that's statistics. Okay. Hamas embeds in civilian areas. It makes military action very complex. It's hard to go and kill a terrorist when they're hiding in a hospital with an AK-47 under their freaking drapes, under their sheets. It's hard. That doesn't mean you should blow up the hospital. That does not mean you should blow up the hospital. Okay, there are security concerns. Israel views Hamas as a terrorist organization responsible for attacks against Israeli civilians. The construction of tunnels and launching of rockets into Israeli territory are seen as significant threats to national security. They have a right to self-defense. I said this earlier. They have a right to defend themselves. Historical context. The long-standing conflict has deep historical roots, including disputes over land recognition and sovereignty. Israelis may emphasize the need for secure and recognized borders, as well as the challenges posed by neighboring entities that do not acknowledge Israel's right to even exist. That is important. There are people who do not acknowledge Israel's right to exist. And those people are actively shooting missiles and dropping bombs and shooting bullets at them. They have a right to protect themselves the same way that I'm talking about other people being bullied. They've been bullied too, okay? This is like two rival families, y'all. One has bullied the other for years. When violence erupts, both sides suffer, okay? American hypocrisy. We support Ukraine defending itself, but we don't support Gaza. I know it's a little bit steeper than that, but that's just the truth. I'm just trying to put, truth perspective to truth, or truth to perspective, okay? That's two-faced foreign policy, y'all. It's two-faced. Okay, the center's perspective. The center seeks peace and not domination. It's about restraint, balance, and protecting innocent people. In closing, I just want to say this. This isn't about picking sides. It's about picking humanity. We have to protect innocent life, y'all, and seek justice. Let's push for peace. Real peace, y'all. I know that's deep, and I truly hope that I attacked that the correct way, and I hope you guys respect it. Just want to continue this conversation, and I hope you guys are with me on this. Hey, let me just go on and just Thank y'all. Hey, shout out to everybody who stayed this long. I hope you guys are enjoying it, man. I have a whole bunch of other little sound effects I haven't used yet, but I don't have the needs. But